Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on Locrine and we get to hear from Locrine in Act 3, Scene 2 today. Now we haven't really seen Locrine since about Act 1, Scene 2. We've been dealing with his brothers and, his father Brutus died and his brothers got the rest of the kingdom sort of split between them, and he was crowned king and he's supposed to marry his cousin Gwendolyn, I guess is who that is, or maybe we saw them in Act 1, Scene 4. But anyway, it's been a while since we saw or heard from them. And the other stuff that's been going on, one of his brothers, Albonact, died. He was injured on the field of battle and decided that rather than let Humber think that he chased Albonact away, he killed himself on the field of battle so as to not give Humber that satisfaction, because suicide is a much better thing to inspire in somebody else. Makes no sense to me. Humber and Hubba and that whole side were very pleased with themselves that they won, and Hubba won like Soldier of the Month, something like that along those lines. And in yesterday's monologue, we heard Ate tell us that Act 3 is going to be akin to an adder biting a crocodile and then both of them falling into a river. So prepare yourself. And Locrine kicks off Act 3, Scene 2 by saying, they're in sort of a room of state in the Temple of Diana in Troyvant, is what the stage direction says, is where they are. But Locrine is there, and Thrasymachus is there, and some other lords. And Locrine says, "And is this true? Is Albonact slain? Hath cursed Humber with his straggling host, with that his army made of mongrel curs brought our redoubted brother to his end? Oh, that I had the Thracian Orpheus harp, for to awake out of the infernal shade those ugly devils of black Erebus that might torment the damned traitor's soul. Oh, that I had Amphion's instrument to quicken with his vital notes and tunes the flinty joints of every stony rock by which the Scythians might be punished. For by the lightning of almighty Jove the Hun shall die, had he 10,000 lives. And would to God he had 10,000 lives, that I might with the armstrong Hercules crop off so vile and Hydra's hissing heads. But say me, cousin, for I long to hear how Albonact came by untimely death." So he's in the anger stage of processing the grief of hearing that his brother Albonact died. This is what this is. He's like, is this true? Is Humber the cause of my brother's death? And then he wishes that he had sort of all these mythical things to summon beasts from the deep and devils and all of this so that he could get rid of all of the Scythians. And then he also sort of wishes that Humber had 10,000 lives so that he could kill him 10,000 times over, because that's what he feels he deserves if he is in fact the cause of Albonact's death. But then at the last two lines he stops and he's like, tell me the story of how he actually died. And Thrasymachus is going to recount that story in tomorrow's monologue. So I will see you then for that. Mwah.